Good evening. This is Cab here to drive you crazy, and welcome back to Driven Deep Red Sox baseball. So we just finished off the game against the Atlanta Braves Interleague Series game at the Braves, and we take it at the final score of 10-8. It was such an intense and crazy game. Obviously, with just jumping into the first things that we need to talk about, getting on base really quick for us was going to be Hernandez and Verdugo right at the beginning of the first inning. Immediately had Hernandez fly out, Bogart struck out, but then Rafael Devers hitting a 3-run home run to get us up 3-0, and then Renfroe right after that going and hitting another home run back-to-back. So that immediately put us up 4-0 in the top of the first inning. And then eventually kind of just went down. Not too much else really happened between the couple of innings. We were able to get one more run coming into the third inning, which allowed us to be up 5-0. And then by the end of the sixth inning, we were tied 7-7. It was just an absolutely intense game all the way through there. Obviously, Eduardo Rodriguez being the guy who was our pitcher, our starting pitcher for this game, and having to do what he needed to do, very effective. Obviously, kind of gave up a little bit of runs coming out to the, in the fourth was when he gave up 3 runs and eventually was pulled earlier in that game, allowing Whitlock, Hernandez, Ottavino, and Barnes to be the other pitchers to play in this game. Now, luckily for us, we were able to have it during certain innings where we could have gone to a pinch hitter to allow us to actually be able to, preserve having one of the pitchers go up to bat, and allowing, it was Plawecki who went in, and then we also had Santana as a pinch runner for us for that particular one. And let's just try to catch that other. Sawamura is the one who actually comes up with the victory for us, now putting him at 3-0 for the season, and Matt Barnes finishing it off with his 15th save of the season. So obviously there's a lot of things that we can come off with this one. Bogart's actually having himself another home run for this game, putting his average now at 319, with only the one hit being his home run, and an OPS right now of 940. JD Martinez only going 1 for 5, so he is back to a 307 with a 913 OPS. Who else we got? We got the Renfroe, obviously, who was the one who had 2 for 4 with his 1 home run, staying at a decent 258. And of course, Rafael Devers, who was just a triple shy away from the cycle for this one particular game, which actually makes it seem so much better on his part, being able to go at least 3 for 5 today, giving in 4 RBIs, but still just maintaining only at a 283 average. But all in all, there was a lot of good that still came out of it. Dahlbach actually was able to get 2 hits today, allowing himself to kind of redeem himself from the previous games where he was pretty much just going hitless, scoreless, strikeouts. Was still somewhat of a problem. He did have another one in this game. Hernandez was 1 for 5 in this one, but all in all, I am just extremely happy with how this Red Sox team is still producing. The pitching, obviously, is still very much in question, especially with these interleague games, because you do have to put the concern against a team that you have to have your starting pitchers go up to bat. So some other information coming out from the Brave side of it, obviously Acuna Jr. Went 2 for 5 in his appearance, 1 for 4 for Freddie Freeman. And there was not that much else that showed. I mean, few home runs on the other side. Obviously, they always look to have a lot of different pitching come in. Gonzalez was another pinch hitter, excuse me, that I forgot from our side that went into the game. Ultimately, not too much. There was 5 left on base for us. We went 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. We did actually do something that really surprised me, which came down into the 8th inning, which really caught us off guard because of the fact that we were able to have, excuse me, Dahlbach actually go in, get the hit, have Whitlock be the guy who comes in to replace the pitching hitter at the time, and actually got himself his first major league career hit. So congratulations to Garrett Whitlock for being able to get his first career hit. And then obviously, like right after that, you weren't really putting too much concern, because then what happens next obviously is having the sacrifice bunt is what I'm trying to get to, which is again something that you don't really see in this modern day baseball era, where a lot of people are actually trying to do a little bit of small ball. And that one is one of those that you just needed to have. We were still down, or we were still tied at that point, 7-7. So to have that little small ball play where you have 2 runners on first and second, put down the perfect sacrifice bunt to allow the runners to go up to second and third. And then obviously Hernandez unfortunately had a bad at-bat for that one to try and do anything, but the very next at-bat came for Dugo, hitting that 3-run home run in the top of the 8th inning, allowing the Red Sox to go up 10-7. And still a little bit of shakiness even when it came to Matt Barnes, who had given up at least just 1 run, which is why our final score for this particular game ended up being 10-8. With 14 hits, 3 errors as well, though, for Boston, and Atlanta having 8 runs, 9 hits, but no errors in this game. And apologies for the outside noise. You may hear that pretty much throughout the rest of these series. But good game all around for the Red Sox. Just try to go into what is going to be our next game tomorrow. Let's see if I can just pull that one up right quick. So starting time is going to be the same time tomorrow, 7:30, and it's not giving me the information I'm trying to look for. Apologies for that. Just wanted to see who was going to be our start. I believe it's going to be Pivetta, though, so it'll be very interesting to see how Pivetta is going to be during this interleague series, see how well he's going to do. I do believe we should hopefully maintain another good set of games coming up for this one. Obviously, it's going to be quite interesting to see, you know, with the Red Sox going out of their way. Oh no, excuse me, it is Garrett Richards. Garrett Richards is going to be the starting pitcher for us, who is currently 4-4 with a 4.09 ERA, going up against Ian Anderson, who is also like 4-3, but with a 3.26 ERA. So it is going to be a very interesting game again. Looking at it right now, not that many people have batted against Anderson from the Red Sox perspective. Xander Bogaerts has gone 3 at-bats with no hits. Michael Chavis has gone 3 bats with no hits against him. And Rafael Devers has only gone up against him twice, but has actually gotten a hit off of him and had scored an RBI for that, as well as Christian Vasquez, who was 1 for 3 against him, and Alex Verdugo, who is 2 for 3 against him. And so looking at it right now, I do believe that this Red Sox team is going to have a very interesting game coming up for them, coming up to tomorrow's game against Atlanta Braves. And then right after the Atlanta Braves game, we're going to have one more quick game off. Excuse me, sorry. Didn't want to have Baby in the feature because my comments got turned off yesterday's video because of her being in the video. So hopefully we'll just continue on doing what we need to do. And once again, I always say appreciations as always for watching my my little podcast, if I will still try to call it that for right now at least. And thank you for sharing this to anyone else who may be able to watch this. To support me, drop a like if you liked what I had to share and say. Hopefully the comments will actually be available for leaving comments this time. And of course, as always, the subscribe button is right up over here. So my name is Cab, and I'm here to drive you crazy. Aloha, God bless, and take care.